sexy girlfriends and metal elite, it is time for the Metal Hammer of Doom. I am, of course, your host, the mandated reporter, and frankly, I'm mortified. That's Mr. Bossy Pants to you, he who schedules Mr. Mark Rattledge, and I am joined by a panel of metal experts and video game delighters. I don't know what any of that meant. It's just fucking words now coming out of my mouth. Some of them go together, some of them not so much. Anywho, I've got people to talk about this album tonight. This album that we are reviewing is Powerglove. Continue. Just one continue. Powerglove are a band that play instrumental music, and it's usually covers video game music and cartoons. They dropped a new album, as I said, Continue, earlier this year, and it's covers month, all month long here on the Metal Hammer of Doom. We got one cover album every week leading up to Halloween, and so we're going to kick it off here with Powerglove. First, let me he's back, just like Eric Bischoff. He's the second chair, and he's taking his rightful place. He's had a few weeks off, but he's back with us again, ladies and gentlemen. Straight out of Lowe's, the Metal Coop, Robert Cooper. How do you do, sir?
Fortunately, I did not go to Lowe's, nor did I go to the movies like I had originally planned. So I am here. Since last week, I totally would have been here if I weren't making out in the back of my car. So, I'm fucking tastic.
So you were making out with a girl in the back of your car last week, so this week you guys are broken up, right?
Nah, this girl's just weird, man. She's like playing hard to get. I don't get it. I don't get this
that's
shit.
not hard to get. That's hashtag me too. Be careful, okay? You don't want to get Brett Kavanaugh.
Whoa! Wait a second. Like I said earlier,
that would require me to drink a lot. So I think I'm good on that one.
Okay. Yeah, we're starting hot here, ladies and gentlemen.
It's already uncomfortable.
This was a designated hit. This was revenge from the Clintons.
Hey, remember a few minutes ago when I was asking, are you guys okay with the content we're producing? Ladies and gentlemen, that voice you hear, of course, is the disapproving dad, the host of Source Material in his own right, Mr. Jesse Starcher, who apparently has shown up on this podcast wearing an NWO t-shirt, branding a bat, and ready to take on the entire WCW locker room that is the Rattledge Broadcasting Network. What the fuck, Jesse?
Oh, boy, have I got something in store for you guys. I'll let you do the introductions, and then before we get into the songs, I'm going to break it down and let y'all know what we're going to be facing as we go through Powerglove Continue. So
if you jump up in front of me and put your penis in my face, I'm going to bite it, and we're going to both end up in Human Resources.
I don't know where you get these things from. I'm not doing that in any way. Coop, I'm concerned.
I said something similar to that to a girl at work today. I said, you seem like a biter. And she's like, wait, what? And I'm like, no, you seem like in a fight, like you'd bite somebody. I'm going to spread rumors that you're a biter. I'll see you in Human Resources. And I just walked away.
Jeez.
Wow. That's classic. See, I was talking about a girl at work that I was like, God, she sucks. And somebody went, I agree. And I said, not in the good way. Because if she did, she'd use teeth.
All right, and ladies and gentlemen, if you've picked up on a fourth voice here, a fourth thoroughly disgusted and asking himself why is he a part of this podcast tonight with every passing minute, that voice you hear making bad decisions right now is the one and only from WTM, Sean Garmer. How do you do, fine sir?
I am doing just fine.
Terrific. You asked to be on the show tonight to discuss Powerglove. What's on your mind besides your hat? Why Powerglove?
Well, I was mainly asked by Jesse, to be honest, more because they do video game music, and that's kind of what a majority of what we do with W2M and the website and everything is video game related stuff, along with what you guys produce that's not video games and some other things. So why not?
Well, we're always happy to have you here, sir. I think the last time was, Ready Player One?
Yeah, and I think the last time I was on the show, we were doing some kind of Dragon Force album, so it's a long time ago.
Yes, that was very much a long time ago. All right, Jesse.
Woo!
I don't like this at all.
This is going to be fun. All right, so here we go.
God.
We have... Get ready. We have 13 songs on this album. Now we have there's actually 15 if you're counting the acoustic medley at the end, which we may listen to.
No, we're not.
And then we have the Under the Sea.
Not?
Then we have the Under the Sea instrumental, which is pretty much a instrumental of a song we already have on here. So 13 songs. I have 13 trivia questions dealing with the video games of the songs.
Fuck me running.
Get ready, because Mark Radulich is excited to play this one. I want to give you a question after the song's over with.
Is the answer V for Vendetta?
It is not Watchmen. It is not V for Vendetta.
The answer is going to be whatever the fuck that Cantina band is from Star Wars that Mark pulled out of his ass last time.
So it'll be multiple choice, and we'll go down through it. I've got my score sheet ready to go, and that way we can kind of keep the show moving along. We'll have something to talk about after each song, and I'm ready whenever you guys are. You guys ready?
All right. Are we doing a trivia question first, and then I'm supposed to play a song? Is that how this goes?
No, you play the song, and then I do the trivia question.
What if we play the song while you're doing the trivia question?
I can. Do you want me to talk during the song? That's kind of like
basically, so nobody can hear you.
Mark knows he's going to lose right now because every single one of these is video game related.
I know I'm going to lose because you're cheating fuck. That's why.
I have never.
Sean Garmer.
Yeah, that's right. I remember last time when Mark lost.
No, I was cheated. Hang on. I want to ask Sean. Sean seems like a fair and level-headed person. Again, I don't know why he's on this podcast, but he seems like a normal, decent fella. Sean, get a load of this, right? So we're doing a covers contest, right? And Jesse's judging. I'm going to put that in quotes. Judging, okay? Like Cecil Peoples judging, right? And I'm in the lead. He ends up picking more of my covers over Robert's covers, and ultimately I win the contest. Except then he decides to do a little joke. This was, I think, the year that what was the comedian who read the wrong name off the card? Steve Harvey. This was the the year of the Steve Harvey thing where he read the wrong winner. So Jesse's like playing off of that. And there
was somebody down here in my basement and told me that there was an incorrect choosing of one of your covers, and I'm sorry, Mark. I really am. Unless it was fucking Caleb or Colton. None of those things happened. I'm sorry you lost. Okay, we have to move on. We have to move on. That's why we're doing covers month, because Mark doesn't want to do a cover battle anymore. No, apparently he's a sore loser. You chose all of my stuff and then you took it away from me like an asshole, and I won't play with you anymore.
Actually, he didn't choose all your stuff. He chose two of your songs, and you lost. I'm sorry.
Do you hear this bullshit, Sean?
13 questions. They're going to be multiple choice. Everybody has to agree. I'm going to do it after the song. Everybody has to agree. No internet. I trust all you guys. Don't be Googling stuff, because you could probably figure it out pretty easily.
Yeah, please don't Google yourself while you're on my show. Okay, keep that. Wait till the show's over.
Okay.
It won't help me. All I get is Stargate SG-1 executive producer Robert C. Cooper.
All right then.
Wah wah.
I'm not kidding. It happens every time.
I'm regretting this podcast minute by minute. All right, here we go. We're going to kick off our show here finally. For those of you who came here for music, for God's sakes, play some music. We're going to get started, and Jesse's going to read his stupid fucking questions. All right? Here we go. This is... hang on, I got to bring something up real quick. This is from Super Metroid. This is Kraid's Lair. Okay, I think I just goofed up there.
No.
I think I changed something that I shouldn't on Skype that I shouldn't have changed.
Okay.
So we're going to try this one more time.
All right.
For those of you listening at home, sorry about that. You probably either, I don't know if you heard the music or not. You either heard the music or you heard silence or me breathing or who the hell knows. But we're going to take this from the top.
Here we go.
Sound like a really weird trip to the bathroom. Why is that man breathing?
Oh god, you're gonna be bad flashbacks. Cool.
There we go.
Alrighty. So, I mean, that sounded fine. It sounded very creepy. I'm not familiar with Super Metroid, so that, so it didn't really mean a whole lot to me.
I have this strange feeling a lot of this music is probably going to be right there at the same level for you. I know you're not a huge game player, So that's perfectly fine. But this is one that I recognized immediately. I started listening to I assume it's just one guy. It could be a band, I don't know. But the name of it, the guys are the Greatest Bits on. I listened to a lot of them on Spotify. Probably a couple years ago, and they do a lot of great rendition of video game music. And of course, this is one of the more popular ones that's on there. So, yeah, I immediately recognized that great heavy metal cover of it. I mean, they do a good job, and you'll see that throughout the album, of just, bringing that feel of the video game song along with a lot of heaviness. So it could be done well. It could be done like shit, and I think Powerglove does a great job with it. So, Coop, what do you?
Coop.
Super Metroid. In fact, the most I've ever played Metroid was what? Oh, dude, my internet connection's been foobar tonight. I've been playing the government. That's all there. Anywho, most I've played Metroid is like I bought Metroid on the GBA from a pawn shop, which I visited a pawn shop today. That was a good experience.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, were you molesting? Were you molesting people's junk?
No, I do it work. I was actually, I actually bought.
Wait a second. Sean seems to think I'm making some sort of. Hang on. Sean seems to think I'm making some sort of dirty comment. I was merely asking if you were touching people's junk. So you said you were at like a secondhand store, right?
At the pawn shop.
Yeah, pawn shop.
Ahead.
Secondhand, other people's stuff. You were fingering it.
Some shit at the pawn shop.
You're not making it any better.
Yeah. Wow.
You know what I like about having Sean? Sean's clearly not used to my sense of humor, so everything I'm saying is killing. And this guy is like, oh my god! And I don't get that reaction from Jesse and the rest of the guys anymore because they're so used to it. At this point, they're just like abused housewives. So we need Sean on here more often to remind me that I'm funny. Go on, Robert.
Anywho, I got all three. I got all three of those Avengers movies. Well, two of them, Captain America: Civil War, and both volumes of Guardians of the Galaxy on Blu-ray for $10. I'm just saying, even though they're allowed to smoke in the store, and I get a headache after being in there for more than 10 minutes. Visit your local pawn shops, kid. I played like 5 minutes of Metroid on the GBA. I sucked at it, died within 10 minutes, and said, "Fuck this! I could go do something else." And then I played Metroid Prime for 10 minutes in 6th grade when I used to go to a daycare that had a GameCube. And I got lost really easily and was halfway through the game anyways when I started. So, I just was like, I'm good. I'll go play Madden.
All right, Sean, what did you think of their rendition of Super Metroid's Kraid's Lair?
I mean, it's Kraid's Lair itself is a fantastic piece of music anyway, as most of these songs are. So adding a metal tinge to it just makes it even more awesome. The part of Metroid is the ominous nature of it, the creepy atmosphere of being in where you are and going through, and sometimes being afraid of what's going to pop out at you and not knowing where you are and having to figure out which tunnel you're going through and how you're doing that. And I think that captures this really well, and especially the later part of this. It's like a medley of various Metroid themes, so they did a great job there.
I think I'm confusing Metroid with Mega Man, because I feel like, isn't Metroid the guy in the blue suit shooting things, or that's Mega Man?
Mega Man is the one with the guy in the blue suit shooting things. Samus is a woman that's in a red and yellow suit shooting things.
Okay. I think I even have less familiarity with Metroid than I thought I did, because I can't even now, you guys are talking about it and I'm thinking like House of the Dead, Castlevania. I can't place any of what you're talking about. So, and
there's a Castlevania song on here later. So
okay,
win there.
Yeah. And to clarify, in case you were just making sure that not all people that shoot people in video games are the same, the black guy and the wife beater, his name is CJ, and that's from GTA. Just in case you were wondering.
Well, at least you pulled the affirmative action card in there.
All right, Mark. Since you don't know so much about Metroid,
No, I'm an old man. I don't know anything about this stuff. Get off my
you
lawn.
dude,
These games are old.
these games. I think 87 was Metroid, the original, or 88,
Yeah.
somewhere around there.
It's older than me.
Okay. All right, Mark. Well, then you get to start out to answer our multiple choice question, which is, what planet is the setting for Samus and her search for an infant Metroid in Super Metroid? Is it A, Corneria, B, Zebes, or C, Azeroth? Mark, which one?
Well, it's not Azeroth. That's World of Warcraft.
See, I put an answer in there. At least you know it ain't. Okay, then what is it, A or B?
Yes.
We covered that shit last night. We covered that last night.
Yeah, nobody else gets that, but Jesse does. All right.
Jeez.
Let's see. For Sean's edification, I asked my boss, do I do X or do I do Y? And the answer I got back was yes. And I was like, oh, fuck, okay.
Means
Fuck me for asking. All right, so the first question was so the answers were Beelzebub and Jelly Smacker. What are these called again?
Yeah, Corneria or Zebes.
Cornelius.
All right, so Mark says A. How about, all right, Coop, which one is it? A, B, or C? Corneria, Zebes, or Azeroth?
It's definitely B, because A comes from Star Fox.
Yes.
All right.
I never played Star Fox. How the fuck would I know that?
Well, whose fault is that?
I'm going to go ahead and give Sean a point as well. So and Mark, you get 0 on question 1. You ready to go to song number 2 and then question number 2?
Is it Watchmen? All right. So this next this next song features Mark Hudson from Dragon Force on vocals. This, of course, is from the Disney feature, The Little Mermaid. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Under the Sea. Alrighty, got it. There's one song on here that I'm actually going to know and be able to appreciate. It's probably going to be that one. My daughter loved that the first time I played it for her. I was playing this in the car, and she this cranked on, and she was like, "All right, something I can get into here." So that's Under the Sea. Very, very good job there, and I definitely. I wish Powerglove would hire on a full-time vocalist for and do more stuff like this, because I really enjoy that. It's probably my favorite one off of here.
Yeah, I'd be cool if they just did guest vocalists, each song, but not too many vocals with video game music, so that's one of their staples. And
I'm okay with them just sticking to Disney songs.
Hell, be ready. You never know.
Right.
They may just come out with a Disney album.
You know,
So,
there's one from The Villain in The Hunchback of Notre Dame that definitely needs a death metal cover.
I'll take your word for it.
I love Hellfire.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, I'll just echo your sentiments there, Mark. I liked hearing the guy from Dragon Force in there, and for some reason it didn't even click until later today that I knew I recognized that vocalist. I couldn't place it. So anyway, yeah, great rendition, Coop.
Oh yeah, I mean it was fucking fantastic. I guess technically, what are we referencing? The Little Mermaid video game? Is that where we're going?
Be ready.
Oh Lord.
I mean, well, you know, I wish it was the Lion King video game because then I would have to be prepared. Yes.
Don't get it. I don't get it.
Oh,
That was a nice. I got it.
thank you, Sean.
I got it. I'm not gonna laugh if it ain't funny.
Fuck you, Mark. Why do you laugh at your own jokes so much?
Because I find myself madly entertaining.
I do too. That's part of my curse. I'll tell jokes. Like I've been on dates where I tell a joke and the girl's just looking at me and I'm just yucking it up like a fucking asshole. I'm just like, God, I'm fucking clever.
Well, you should see when I'm playing the podcast at work, and I'll especially like the source material stuff, like when we get to the gag reel, and I'll be at my desk just cracking up, and people will pass my desk, are you laughing at yourself? And I'm like, I certainly am, Ollie.
You're much more funnier when you got that goofy background music. So I attribute it to that as well.
And the fart sounds, cutting off in between.
Absolutely,
the different jokes.
The fart bumpers are great.
I need to listen to source material then, because nothing gets me going more than fart sound. I'm like a 10-year-old.
Speaking of fart sounds, Sean, what did you think of Under the Sea?
I mean, it's Under the Sea. Putting metal to it now makes me wish that you could just hear the metal version all the time. But yeah, it's really good, and I like the fact that they kind of actually made it sound like a Dragon Force song with the Dragon Force vocalist on there. So.
Right? My first playthrough of this, I was just like, I without even realizing they had a guest vocalist on here, I'm like, wow, this sounds like Dragon Force. Good for Powerglove. Have you played this for your darling daughter?
Yeah, we have all the she's big into Disney. We have all the Disney movies at the house, so I have the actual. I didn't put the metal version on because she's all about pop music. But when I put the Disney version on, she's all about that.
I get that. Okay. All right, Jesse.
Do you have an illegal DVD transfer of Song of the South?
I'm not quite sure when I'm going to play Song of the South for my kids, but boy, we're getting there.
I mean, just make sure you let them know that the ultimate irony of it all is the old black man that played What's His Nuts was not allowed in the theater for the premiere.
All right, Jesse, read your question.
The Little Mermaid's adventures were put into a video game by Capcom in 1991. What systems did Ariel and her friends make it to?
Ooh.
All right, now, Sean, you get to go first here. A, NES and Game Boy. B, SNES and Sega Genesis. C, Commodore 64 and the Nintendo Switch.
What?
Well, it's obviously not C.
Like fucking two disparate times. Commodore 64 was like the 80s.
I'm gonna say SNES and Genesis.
Oh, okay. Coop, you got an answer there?
Yeah, I'm thinking it's the SNES and Genesis because it's not going to be the goddamn Commodore. You should have went with the Magnavox Odyssey and the fucking 3DS.
Yeah, I would have been like ColecoVision.
Mark Radulich? A, B, or C?
SNES and Genesis.
Oh, so it's going to be SNES and Genesis straight across the board. The correct answer is A, NES and Game Boy. 1991, ladies and gentlemen.
God
1991.
I couldn't have been Aladdin or Lion King or whatever. It had to be the freaking mermaid game.
I had to search deep for that shit. Okay, so that was a tough one. All right. Moving on.
Yes, moving on indeed. Now we get to Snake Man. Snake Man! From the aforementioned Mega Man. Not to be confused with Spaceballs Mega Maid. Here we go. Alrighty. One of the things I liked about that one was it could have easily been that could have easily been just a regular metal, progressive power metal song. It doesn't come across as like overly video gamey. You could have very easily put lyrics to that, and no one would ever know the difference.
That particular song, again, that's another one I've heard multiple times here in the past couple years, and a metal rendition of it puts a smile on my face. So I'm perfectly happy with it. I like the way that that Powerglove is doing things. I'll tell you one thing: these guys, they're not just, hey, grab a guitar, some drums, and good to go. There's a lot that's put into some of these songs. You probably heard there on that first song with Kraid's Lair. There's a little bit of choir that's involved and some epic sounding stuff. So they do a good job of adding elements to their music as well. Coop?
I was very disappointed that this was not some amalgamation of Solid Snake's theme from Metal Gear Solid and something from Mega Man. I was like, Snake Man. I'm like, sweet. I love Metal Gear Solid. Yeah. Unfortunately, me with Mega Man, I actually bought the Mega Man Legacy Collection from Humble Bundle because Humble Bundle is fan-fucking-tastic, and I am dog shit at 8-bit platformers, so I have not gotten very far in any of those games. I suck ass at Shovel Knight, and Shovel Knight's pretty easy compared to most of those, so that's what you're working with here. My friends watched me play it one night going, Coop, what the fuck? I'm like, I'm sorry. My reflexes come from action games. I just can't do anything.
Sean Garmer, what do you think?
Oh, this is part of one of the most legendary video game soundtracks of Mega Man 3. You could argue 2 and X are up there as well, but this is Snake. All those themes and these for all these characters are out for the bosses are great, but this is well done. And again, like the cool thing about 8-bit music is when you do it right, like Powerglove does, and they add so much to it that you almost kind of want to go, man, this should just be the normal theme that you hear all the time.
Yep. Well, speaking of bosses, which is not a Mega Man 3 boss? And Coop, you've got the first shot here, all right?
Oh, fuck.
All right. Which is not a Mega Man 3 boss? A, Needleman. B, Mark Radlich's favorite, Hard Man. Or C, Flash Man.
I know Flash Man's one of them, I think.
Oh, good, because I don't know any of them. What else do you know?
I know all three of them sound like a run-in you had with a man in an alleyway.
Hard Man, Needle Man, and Flash Man.
Flash Man. Combined make one awkward experience.
You definitely don't know what you're going to get there.
No, at least he didn't mug anybody. He was just trying to sell watches.
Or heroin. What?
Yeah.
Or Carlos Dos.
Get an answer, Coop. Come on.
Fuck me running. Let's see. Hard Man.
All right. Sean Garmer, Needle Man, Hard Man, or Flash Man, which is not a Mega Man 3 boss?
I'm going to take a guess, Needle Man.
All right. And Mark Radlich, Needle Man, Hard Man, or Flash Man?
Since you pitched it to me, I got to go with Hard Man.
The correct answer is C, Flash Man, who was a Mega Man 2 boss. Oh, boom. Needle Man and Hard Man are bosses in Mega Man 3. Deal with it.
Okay.
Yeah, I was hoping you were going to go with a gag answer of like Heroin Man.
Nope.
Horseman.
Or Man.
The Man. All right. Particle Man. That's what you should have gone with as an answer.
Yeah, that would have been a good one.
Particle Man, doing things that a particle can. All right.
Song 4.
Now, are you not saying anything, Jesse, because you don't get yet another one of my references, or you do?
Oh,
and
no,
you just...
trust me, I get the particle, man. I don't want to encourage you to where you go like, oh, hey, Jesse, listen to this song. Let me go get it. We got 13 songs.
No, I got 4 people on Skype and 3 web pages open. My computer's just like, please, no more. So God only knows what this sounds like. No, I'm not opening. I'm not gonna fuck with fucking Spotify tonight and try to like, hey, Jesse, let's go down a rabbit hole of other songs to listen to. Hey, Jesse, have you ever heard of Hole?
Oh boy.
Oh, God.
I did weeks ago.
Yeah, we in the middle of our listened to, by the way, therapy review, I went down a rabbit hole where I made Jesse listen to a bunch of Hole songs.
Yeah.
But did you listen to the whole song?
Copyright lawyer. No, don't do it.
All right, so this next song features Reese Miller, and this is from Kirby's Dreamland. This is Kirby. Oh, dig that crazy folk metal sound in there. I don't know if the original Kirby music had like a hoompa part to it, but that song certainly did, and I loved every minute of it.
Yeah.
I don't know what a hoompa is. I can just hear me laugh.
You don't know
that, man? You hear, boy?
You don't know what hoompa is?
I hear that hoompa.
You gotta love the
hoompa, boy.
You gotta love the hoompa. Make love to the hoompa.
It really sounds like some. It sounds like a phrase an old person makes up when they can't remember something.
Yeah.
give me the Mickey Mouse there. You know, the hoompa.
I gotta change the channel. Give me the hoompa.
Okay, so hoompa, Humppa, is a type of music from Finland. It is related to jazz and a very fast foxtrot played 2 beats to a bar. Now, in metal, hoompa relates to like folk metal, basically. You know, your Fintrolls, your Korpiklani. You know, it's that it's like you should get the picture of a hobbit fucking up a mosh pit when you hear it.
Huh. Very nice. Well, I enjoyed this rendition. I can't say much more than that. I think I'm going to probably be repeating myself for the rest of the album. So I'm going to check out. Unless something really sticks out to me in regards to the songs, I can tell you I like every single one of them. I'll let Coop take it from here, and then I'll be cleaning things up with a question at the end. So Coop, after you, sir. Yep. Coop.
Yep.
Okay, there you go. Okay, you're
He's stuck on that.
Dude, sorry, like as you were talking, it just sounded like a fucking, I don't know, it was just bad. My internet connection shit in the bed right now. Anywho, it's a fantastic rendition of this song. I've never played a Kirby game, a solo Kirby game in my life. I just know this song from playing Super Smash Brothers a lot as a child, and I was dog shit at that too. I was awful at video games as a child.
Well then.
So it's Pokemans, where you can just kind of just like whack your way through it with like a hammer. Pokemon is not the hardest RPG to get through.
What did you think, Sean?
I thought he was going to say he was whacking it. while he's playing it. But, you know,
What'd you think of Kirby? Well, I just finished on my leg. I really liked it.
Well,
anyway,
I mean, Kirby does have a bad suck game.
Oh, jeez.
I am a huge Kirby fan. I played Kirby all the way from the Game Boy until the most recent like collection game that got, and the most recent one that got released on the Switch. So this song is like basically if you play Kirby at all, this song's stuck in your head, and it's wonderful. And they nailed it. And it does have the Oompa in the original, so all that stuff's in there.
Yeah.
And it's actually really hard to do on the guitar. There's the way that they have to actually come down on some of those, like lower the volume down so you get the right beat to that, and raise it again, and that's really well done by them. I appreciate that.
All right, Mark Radulich. Okay, we're starting with you. We're making our way around the table. Mark, Kirby was an unlockable character in the original Super Smash Brothers for the Nintendo 64. True or false?
Yes.
You're a shithead. A or B? True or false?
True.
Okay. Sean Garmer.
It's false.
Robert Cooper.
I was just kind of offended with it at first. It's like, what's an unlockable character? I'm like, wait, that is so totally untrue. Where is he getting this information? And then I'm like, oh, okay, so it's a true false.
That is correct.
Yeah, I only unlocked 2 characters ever. Like, I never got Captain Falcon because it's funny. You had to unlock him by beating the entire story mode in 20 minutes, and I did it. And then it's like match start, and then he Falcon punches me off the screen in 6 seconds. And I'm like, well, fuck me.
I remember. My sister was the one that owned the 64. She had one before I did, and I can remember her playing this game a lot. And I was like, what in the hell is going on the screen? Because there was just people flying everywhere. Bodies were flying everywhere. I was like, I don't understand this game. And then, of course, I got to playing it, and it was probably one of the best fighters I've played at that time. It was a lot of fun. So love the Kirby games. I've never played any of the actual. Let me try that again. I love the Smash Brothers games, but I don't recall playing too much Kirby at all. Specifically, Kirby's Dream Land. I don't remember. But either way, good job, guys.
So Kirby wasn't an unlockable character.
No, Kirby was one of the original characters.
He was an original character. He was not unlockable. Mark, you are sitting at, after 4 questions here, you are at a resounding 0.
Yeah, fuck your mother.
Wow. Sean and Cooper at 2 points. They're tied as we go into song number 5.
Yeah, whatever. Why don't they marry each other? All right.
Well, I mean, you know what? It's a fucking free country.
It is.
Fuck you, Mark. Maybe I will.
I don't know. You better see how Sean feels about that. He might not be into it.
Well, you know what? It wouldn't be the first time somebody is like, I want to be friends.
He's used to it.
All right. Coop just walks around with a ring in his pocket, just in case somebody says yes. Anyone.
Ooh. Wait, was it my other pants or not? Oh, fuck.
He was like, hey, latest girlfriend, I've got something in my pocket to show you. I've seen your dick, Coop. It's fine. No, I've got something else. And they're like, oh, wait, I left my ring in my other pants.
Yeah. Fortunately, I get the ones out of the machine at the grocery store, so at least they'll be all right.
All right, here we go. This next one is from... I've been doing that sound a lot lately. Just get used to it.
Is that why you're most of you sleeping on the couch? All right, Mark, we're at enough. I got to speak in the morning.
No, she never. No matter how many annoying, quirky things I do, she's never once told me to sleep on the couch. So there. She's actually gone and slept on the couch once or twice, but that's mostly because she couldn't sleep over like snoring or whatever. Would anyone else like to? No. Even the gas has never driven her out of the room. It's been close, but would anyone else like to hear what goes on in my bedroom? Because I could do this for the next hour. It doesn't really matter.
I'd rather
to me.
not.
Well, That phrase was probably never said in that bedroom. I'll hear that.
All right. Woo! Here we go. This is
Sonic Boom.
yes, exactly. Troy Udikin. Here we go. This is from
does 40 damage.
This is from Street Fighter. This is Guile's theme. You could easily convince me that that was music from an 80s action soundtrack, and I would have believed you. We recently did a commentary for the Sylvester Stallone masterpiece, one of the greatest movies of the 80s, Over the Top, which is about a man arm wrestling for the love of his child and custody. And I could have easily placed this music in that movie without missing a beat.
Instantly recognizable. What do you think, Coop?
I think Guile's theme goes with everything.
I'll agree.
Yeah. See, Sean knows. That's a good meme.
Yeah.
That was a good meme. Street Fighter's another series I have not played much of. Like, I'm honestly, like, I played more video games as an adult than I did as a kid. Because I was dog shit and like didn't ever ask for any video games in fear of getting yelled at. So
I played a lot of Street Fighter as a kid, and I was always either like Blanca or the Russian dude. On the occasion, I switch out for E Honda. I was the two karate guys, you know, in the gis. I was like, fags. I'm not going to use them. And then whatever.
Jesus.
Like the Indian dude, I'm like, no, I don't need your Reed Richards stretching powers. I'm either a monster, a giant Russian, or the sumo guy. Those were the guys for me.
The Osling was so cheap.
Oh, man.
Like, yeah, I love cheesing with him. Like, my first real experience with Street Fighter 2 came from the Capcom Classics Collection 2 for the Xbox because I bought games from GameStop offline for Christmas, and they were all busted, so I went to the mall at the GameStop, and they had like 8 Xbox games left. I was like, well, I guess I'm going to get this Capcom Classics collection. Street Fighter 2 is a motherfucker. God damn. I got my ass like kicked up one wall and down the other. Like, it is,
was Street
Fighter special combos?
Was Street Fighter a continuation from an earlier game where it was one of those where like you're one of the karate guys and you're just kind of beating up people, going in like one direction, and then you go up another level, you go in the other direction, that sort of thing? Was it like a continuation of that, or was it just an independently, like it was just an independent game, fresh, you know, all new characters, nothing derivative from anything else? I don't remember.
No, it's an arcade game.
Okay.
First, and then it just got put on consoles. You're thinking of like Final Fight.
Okay, I know like the original game I'm thinking of was like Double Dragon.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, Double Dragon didn't lead into Street Fighter. Got it.
The Double Dragon cartoon was awesome when I was a kid. I'm just going to say that.
How about
it's
the
also
movie?
one of the best. Not that there's much to say, but it's also one of the best live action video game movies.
Turd. I remember that movie being like a cancer turd, like just real dark and
It's
nasty.
very campy, but it's still pretty decent.
Oh, goodness.
Well, you Speaking of video game movies, I could have bought DOA Dead or Alive for $1 today. I don't know why.
Save yourself that $1. Actually, speaking of Mega Man, that got announced for a live-action movie today.
Mega Man?
Yeah.
Here in 1995. We'll see.
What's the date? I'll go schedule it on my calendar.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, God.
I don't know. It's probably somewhere in 2020.
Well, that's about where his schedule ends.
That's what I'm scheduling right now, as a matter of fact. 2019 is already taken care of. Unless Fox moves the fucking X-Men movies on me again for a third time.
How many times have they done that in the past, month, man? I mean, it's been bad.
Bad. Dark Phoenix moved twice. New Mutants, I think, only moved once. Gambit's moved, a few hundred
Definitely,
times.
let's be honest.
Gambit's just a constantly moving target. Yeah, it's a couple. I've had a couple of big moves this year. Hellboy moved. The Barbie movies moved a few times. Tracking that one.
God.
Here's the thing, Sean.
Sit through it.
My source material shows tie in with most of the movies that they review on Damn You Hollywood. So at some point I have to figure out a fucking Barbie comic or something that's going to tie in with that movie. Yay!
Mattel might have some comic that's actually decent that's not Barbie you could do.
Hopefully. Did we do a Gem and the Holograms, Mark, or did we pass on that?
We ended up not doing Gem and the Holograms because the Barbie movie got moved.
Okay, all right.
That's initially where we landed.
All right. Trivia question time.
Comes to shove, you should just do a Toy Story comic since Barbie was in Toy Story.
True. It's somewhat related. Sean Garmer.
Yes.
All right, Guile. All right. According to Super Street Fighter 4, what kind of concert would Guile most likely go to? A, Anthrax, B, Tim McGraw, or C, Public Enemy?
I'm going to go with Tim McGraw. He's Mr. America.
Okay. All right. Robert Cooper, A, Anthrax, B, Tim McGraw, or C, Public Enemy?
Ooh.
When you say A, Anthrax, I keep thinking it's in your grandmother's box.
I mean, technically, he could just go see Public Enemy and Anthrax on their joint show in 1988. But what do I?
And
check out.
Damn it! You beat me to
Go
it.
ahead, Mark.
Check out the Metal Hammer of Doom Extra as we look back at the Public Enemy and Anthrax mashup of "Bring the Noise."
That's right.
Fucking love that.
Freaking great song.
You know what's funny? One of the managers above me went to a country concert, and I'm like, how'd it go? Was it good? I'm like, how shit-faced you get? He's like, I didn't drink. I'm like, yeah, bullshit. I told him, between that and the Five Finger Death Punch shows you go to. He's like, what? They do great
why?
Sean.
Things for the military. And I looked at him and said, I don't give a fuck.
Sean, have you seen the ticket prices for the NWO reunion tour in Orlando? I don't know if you were interested in going to that or not. But, figuring I'm only 45 minutes outside of Orlando, I figured, that'd be a fun thing to go to. And, how expensive could it possibly be? For standing room, it was $200. Are you fucking kidding me?
Come on.
Like the VIP,
Hulk Hogan?
the VIP
you
Hulk
can go
Hogan's
to
gonna
WrestleMania for less than that.
The VIP Hulk Hogan's gonna blow you while Kevin gives you a reach around package is $1,000.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, go for a laugh. Go to HulkHogan.com and look at some of these ticket prices. I was
so Kevin Nash could break a quad again?
walking to his chair.
To watch Cody Hall.
Sorry, don't break one.
It's being held at Mango's Tropical Grill or some shit like that. He's gonna be getting a beer from the bar and fucking fall down. Spill his beer on Scott Hall. Scott Hall's gonna vomit.
I just want to see Nick Hogan, Cody Hall, and whatever the fuck Kevin Nash's kid is, just versus their dad in a buried alive match.
Nice.
We'll just do that.
Hockey ball on their head. It's fine.
Dude, I was convinced last night that AJ Styles and Samoa Joe are having a buried alive match in Australia, and then oh, it's just a street fight. Okay, whatever. But like I'm gonna bury you alive. I'm like, oh my god, they're dragging that gimmick out again. And they're like, oh wait a minute.
Yeah,
Don't.
I mean, it can't. Like, I think they really need to bring out the Taipei Death Match.
Sure, in WWE, terrific.
Yeah.
Yeah, just dip your hand in glue and just fucking get some glass shards and go at it. That's how you know you're a real man.
What's your question, Jesse? Oh wait, we were working on that, weren't we? Before we got way
Yeah,
distracted.
we were. I never actually answered, but I was gonna drop a meme from the internet that I saw that said, Five Finger Death Punch is Creed for drunk dads.
Yeah, agreed.
In my mind, I'm like, damn, I'll take that for 500. I mean, this is a metal fucking podcast. It's got to be Anthrax.
Okay. And Mark Radulich, A, Anthrax, B, Tim McGraw, C, Public Enemy. Which one would Street Fighter's Guile most likely go watch in concert?
Tim McGraw.
The correct answer. Guile only listens to country music. According to his win quote against DJ in Super Street Fighter 4, he mentions he only listens to country music. So it is B, Tim McGraw.
Woo! I scored a point.
1 point. Garmer takes the lead with 3.
Don't take it away from me, asshole.
This just in. All of Mark's points are null and void because he don't play video games.
I don't want to play anymore. You're Jesse. You're being bossy.
Oh, I'm being bossy. Play the next track.
Hashtag inside jokes from jobs.
Oh, jeez.
I'll talk to you later. All right. Here we go. This next one is Mario Minor 2. All
Mario.
Right. Mario Minor 2. By the way, have you guys noticed? Have you guys seen the drop today that there's a character called Bowsette? Is that right, Sean? Bowsette?
Yeah, Bowsette.
Bowsette. Yeah. So there's a Bowsette porn. Just that apparently just dropped recently.
Yeah.
So do you think if he eats the fire flower, that means he's got chlamydia or what?
He's definitely got syphilis.
Gonorrhea.
Yeah, gonorrhea. Cha cha cha. Yeah, Wood Rocket.
He's like, wait a minute, I didn't put that wasn't the mega mushroom I put down there.
Oh no. Yeah, Wood Rocket. If you're looking for like a lot of like nerd porn, like parody porn like that Wood Rocket is usually the people that produce it, and they're the ones that made the Bowsette. They're the one that made the Bowsette porn. Yeah. So there's your more you know moment.
Does it feature Mark Radulich hit with a guitar?
You're a jerk. All right, here we go. This is Mario Minor 2. Alrighty. Sean, what did you think of that one? One of the longer tracks on here at about almost 7 minutes. What'd you think?
I thought it was fine. Mario 2 is probably like most people the least played Mario out of the early ones because it's so different from the first Mario and then Mario 3. But yeah, I mean I think you got towards like the end is when I recognized the first theme that I kind of know in my head. That one was pretty good. Yeah, I can't tell you much because of not playing much Mario 2.
My 4-year-old is obsessed with Mario World. Like all he does is watches Let's Plays for like Mario World on his Amazon Fire Stick.
Super Mario World is awesome. You should.
All right. Glad you approve. I usually shake my head in dismay. I'm like, come on, you're 4. Go out there and play football or some shit. Like, trying to push him to be a jock. I was hoping I'd have Brock Lesnar as a son. Instead, I got the kid who's just like, hey, I can tell you everything there is to know about Mario Brothers. Good for fucking you.
Oh my god.
No, I love my son. Robin Cooper. Robin Cooper. What'd you think of that one?
I've never played Super Mario Brothers 2 or Doki Doki Panic. I've not played either of them. I did try to play Super Mario Brothers 3 at my friend's house once. The guy who broke the bro code and still has. And that game was also a motherfucker. So, like, what is it like with old video games and being hard as balls? Which,
That's
I mean,
how they
again,
got you to not. That's how they got you to keep playing for a long time.
So they got you to put more coins in, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's a barcade downtown.
You know what game I remember? I spent hours fucking mastering this thing, and I finally beat it, and I felt such a sense of accomplishment. Pitfall 2 for the Atari. Come on, who's with me on that one?
Hard.
Yeah, it was. But when you beat it, like, oh my god, it felt like just the best thing ever. And then then I discovered girls.
Yeah, the
anyway,
one that I had that was like that was Ninja Gaiden Black.
Oh,
it took hours to beat the first level, but god damn it, I did it. Well, I beat it on the hardest difficulty, which that game on normal difficulty is a bitch.
All right, Jesse. Go. I'm sorry, Rob. Go finish your statement there.
Oh no, I was just making like wisecracks. You good?
Okay.
Oh, so we're going to pretend what Coop just said is erased from tape, okay? Because this next question says this is Coop. You're up first here. It's been said Super Mario 2 was based off what other video game? A. Polybius, B. Night Trap, or C. Doki Doki Panic.
Oh God, Night Trap. Jeez.
Fucking Night Trap. Woo! Mario fucking shows up and grabs him out of a trap door.
I think.
Is it weird that I don't know the answer to this question because I wasn't listening when he was talking?
That isn't actually weird because it's expected. I expect that from you, Mark Radulich. So, Coop, your official answer. You said C. All right, Mark Radulich, which one are you going with?
Doki Doki Morning.
Very good, nice. And Sean Garmer, you're picking Polybius, aren't you?
No. You also made these. This was like probably the most obvious one of which one. Doki Doki Panics.
All right, everybody gets a point. Look at that. All right,
is it weird that I didn't think it was obvious because I have no idea what the fuck you guys are talking about?
Night Trap had nothing to do with that game at all. The farthest away you could get from Mario.
Night Trap. Mark Radulich, we need to do a video game commentary over Night Trap sometime.
Oh
boy.
What's fun with that? You guys would have way too much fun with that.
So what exactly is Night Trap?
Sean?
Okay, so basically they have this is back when you had like the old FMV scenes, like it felt like you're watching a movie but you're playing a game and whatever. So like they're at this party and there's this if I remember right, there's like these burglars are trying to get in, so they're all freaking out, and you're basically like playing through a scene of what you do. It's terrible.
Risque, very risque for the time.
Yeah.
It was Sega CD, full motion video. I remember this is like one of the most sought after games. Correct? I mean, this is like one of those rare gems that people want to get a hold of, or am I wrong there?
No, it is one of the worst games out there, but it did get a limited run games release for systems that are out there now, so you can find it and play on your PS4. Or
oh, nice!
You want.
Nice. All right,
let's move this party along. This next one comes from a game that I rather enjoyed playing back in the day. This one I was actually familiar with. Final Fantasy VII. This is the one where you got to ride the Chocobo, and I stayed up all night trying to finish this thing with my buddy Jupak. It was a real nickname, by the way.
Jupak.
Good old Jupak. So yeah, me and Jupak stayed up all night trying to play this thing, and then we got stuck in one part. We thought we gave away one of the jewels or whatever, and we couldn't get to the next thing, so we went out and we bought the what do you call it? The gaming guides for it. And then
the players walkthrough stuff. Yeah, the players guide.
Yep.
Games.
Yeah, back when you had to actually buy a book.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Dude, I actually still bought the book for fucking 15 and 12 just because I was like, ooh, hardback.
Yeah.
Damn, this shit came out in hardback?
No,
Wow.
well, it's like a steel book edition or whatever that they made for that.
Was this was this at someone's junk sale? Was this in a part of someone's junk that you were rifling through?
No, dude, I've never actually been to a yard sale or junk sale because I don't get up at 7 o'clock in the fucking morning unless I have to.
If you want to know about rifling through somebody's junk, like looking at it very closely, touching all the junk, you need to talk to Jesse Starcher. He's the expert.
About it. He can feel every vein.
Jesse Starcher roams the neighborhood touching people's junk. He'll tell you all about it.
Are we ready to go to the next song?
But actually, funny thing with
that.
Well, I never.
Funny thing with the Final Fantasy 12 strategy guide is fucking GameStop sold mine. I bought like the game with the guide, and then the guy looked at me and goes, "Oh fuck, I gave you one for free." I'm like, "Good," because I said that sucks.
All right, this
so
is.
I guess he didn't fucking count.
All right, this is High Wind takes to the Sky from Final Fantasy VII. Yeah. I played that game enough I definitely remember that theme. It was very, very memorable theme. That somehow, with all of the things that have escaped me in my life, that has stuck with me. That particular theme. I thought they did a pretty good job with that one. What do you think, Coop?
I think that black metal section there in the middle was fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was just like, oh, hail Santa. Final Fantasy VII. I've restarted that game literally 15 times, and I've never got past disc 1.
Oh boy.
So, yeah. So most of my like Final Fantasy VII music knowledge comes from either Final Fantasy 15 because that has all the game soundtracks on it, and I've played like 100 hours of that. We're just played 600 hours of now, and still never finished it. Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
All right,
You
Sean.
never just once decided to finish that game?
Well, I finished the first one, then I moved to the second one.
Oh,
Because I just have way too much fun doing just like random pickup matches. I still haven't finished the story mode, which is just replaying the first game. Because I did the new story mode, and they redid the old story mode and put it on the new game. Not a bad deal, especially because it's illegally pirated.
What'd you think, Sean?
Yeah, Final Fantasy VII is for me, like, you know, I love 9 more than 7, but 7 is great, and it has one of the best soundtracks in all of gaming. You could put it up there with soundtracks for anything, because Nobuo Uematsu is fantastic, and this is like the world map song, so, you know, the thing that makes this awesome is that they have to they actually use the guitar to, you know, use some of the instruments they actually do this. You know, the violin, the flute, the piano, all that. I've seen this played in an orchestra because I've gone to at least 2 of the orchestra concerts, and you get to see how many instruments are put into all these Final Fantasy songs, and it's really cool to, you know, hear that on a guitar, be able to place what they're trying to do there with all those different instruments. It's awesome.
I've done the local symphony orchestra does the music of Star Wars and stuff. I've never done anything where they played like. Now, is it just Final Fantasy that you saw, or
yeah? Because there's so many games, and Uematsu did 1 through 10-2 himself, so he's actually gotten. They've had this tour for, I want to say, more than 10 years, because I saw it the first time in 2008 or 9. So I'm gonna go see it again in Miami on the 4th of November. So they play different songs from different games. But yeah, you can go see just Final Fantasy. They even have one for Kingdom Hearts now. You can go see just Kingdom Hearts. You can go see Zelda has their own concert tour. So yeah, if you're a big fan of any of those, definitely can go check them out.
Oh, it sounds really cool. I didn't know they did stuff like that. I know the one local around here, I think they're doing like the music of Harry Potter. But that's awesome, man. You have to tell me how that goes. All right, Jesse.
I was gonna go to one once with that chick that I'll occasionally talk about that thought we lived in virtual reality. I didn't go, unfortunately, but maybe next time I run into a crazy woman at a bookstore, I'll go.
All right, Jesse, hit it.
All right. Well, speaking of Final Fantasy VII and speaking of Star Wars, it's interesting how both of those things came up. Mark Radulich, you got the first shot here. Which 2 characters in Final Fantasy VII are named after Star Wars characters? A, Biggs and Wedge, B, R2 and Chewie, or C, Nass and Maul?
Nass and Maul.
Nass and Maul. All right. Sean Garmer. Sean, he's confident, too. He's confident about that. Sean Garmer, what do you think? A, B, or C?
Biggs and Wedge.
All right. And Robert Cooper?
Oh, dude, there's a Biggs and Wedge in like almost all of them.
So I guess we're going with A for you as well.
See, senor.
All right, there we go. Mark Radlich, you got 2 points. Sean Garmer winning right now with 5, and Coop, you're 1
I
point
got that one
behind the
wrong?
lead. You got. Unfortunately, Nass and Maul came out quite a bit after Final Fantasy
Nass.
VII did.
You see,
You know,
Mark,
it's not my fault because they had a feature in these Final Fantasy games where you could change the names of them, and because. And you've heard this story where, and I don't think Sean has. Hey, Sean, you think you've heard some bad stuff tonight? Where do you get a load of this?
Oh,
so,
no.
So me and Jupak used to change all the names, right? And I think we changed one to like AIDS case.
That's fucking brilliant.
I can't remember what the other. That one stuck out in my mind, but we changed them all to something horrible. So how am I expected to remember these people's names? God damn.
Unfortunately, there is no Pong music on the Powerglove.
Shut up. If this shit were about Atari 2600 games, I'd be in it. I get all the answers.
Y'all better watch out for that combat soundtrack. Yeah.
For Battle Zone, kids.
Fucking Hubert kicking your ass.
Yeah, Pitfall playing various things.
If we could just stick to World of Warcraft, that I've played recently, and by recently I mean when like around the time maybe my kid was born, maybe probably before that.
Oh, vanilla WoW then.
So I think I was playing some. Gosh, what was the third expansion on World of Warcraft? What's
Wrath of the Lich King.
Yeah, I started playing during Wrath of the Lich King, and I stopped around Apocalypse or whatever the fuck that one was called.
Yeah.
What was the name of it? The one where they blew the place up, and then you got to be like the little turtle type dudes.
I think I know what you're talking about. I can't
Cataclysm.
know the full name of it.
Oh,
Oh,
Watchmen.
yeah.
E for Vendetta.
That's my racket.
Kung Fu Panda 2.
Cataclysm.
Hey,
that
they
was
did
it.
have a Panda expansion.
They did.
I know, that's what I was referencing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I played from Wrath of the Lich King to Cataclysm, and in that Cataclysm, my wife was like, "Yeah, we have a kid now. Stop playing World of Warcraft, fat ass." And I'm like, "All right, I get it." So that's why I'm not winning right now.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
All
Whatever you say.
explanation while you're not winning.
Bullshit.
All right. Speaking of bullshit, this next one is called Mega Man 3 Intro. Alrighty. Sean, what'd you think of Mega Man 3 intro?
It makes you really want to go play Mega Man 3 now. No, but honestly, Mega Man 2 and 3 were kind of the games that meme of "don't press start" kind of comes from. Of just the theme song is so good that you just want to listen to it and not play the game. And they did it really good justice here.
All right. Any stories or any insights into playing Mega Man 3?
It's very much like the other early Mega Man games. They're really hard, and you have to be pretty good at 8-bit platformers, which Mega Man is not one of the games that I played as a kid.
How about you there, Coopster?
Yeah, I've not actually played Mega Man 3. This is a really fucking killer song, though. Like, I've heard Mega Man themes here and there, but yeah, this is just a really fucking good metal song, honestly. This is really cool.
All right, ask another question.
All right, Sean Garmer. Here we go. The main villain in Mega Man 3 is A, Dr. Eggman, B, Dr. Robotnik,
That's Sonic the Hedgehog.
C, you Mark. It's not your turn. It's not your turn, Mark.
I know one. I don't. Do I get points for knowing that Sonic the Hedgehog?
C, Dr. Wily. What's your choice there, Sean Garmer?
Dr. Wily is the main villain of Mega Man.
Robert Cooper.
Dr. Wily.
And Mark Radulich.
Dr. Heine.
I'll give you a point.
Is that what they call you?
That's Dr. Heine to you, sir.
So, since you guessed the name of the Dr. Robotnik, so who's Dr. Eggman, Mark?
Ooh.
Wasn't he a Batman villain in the 60s TV show played by Vincent Price?
That's a nickname that Sonic gives Robotnik, is Dr. Eggman.
Okay.
A and B are the same thing.
Oh. Wow.
He's like Dr. Eggman, Dr. Robotnik. I'm like, he's trying to fuck with Mark.
Maybe I was. All right. Good deal.
All right, we're ready to move on to the next one. This next one comes from Castlevania 3. It is not a Clockwork Orange, but rather just Clockwork. So, I have a question. Has anyone actually watched the Castlevania show on Netflix?
Ooh, I want it.
Awesome.
I haven't yet.
Yes, It is fantastic. Watch it. Even if you don't like anime, it's worth watching because it's so different than typical anime. It's really good.
Well,
Should I do a TV party on it there, Sean?
anime.
Is that
I
what?
would just go ahead and include the second season too.
All right.
Yeah.
Just do. Are they now? Has it been renewed for a third season or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It will be.
So Jesse, are we committing ourselves to if I do a TV party for the first two seasons or two parts rather of Castlevania, Sean, are you going to jump on?
Well, the three of us need to have on because you have the Castlevania King over there and Mr. Cooper. So
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, when Cooper was on, it was called cooperative multiplayer. It's not video games to the max, but when Coop was on every week, basically the question was, what Castlevania game are you playing this week, Coop? And then it would probably be the same one that he played like for 15 weeks in a row, and then he'd move on to the next Castlevania game. Like, he was committed to playing all these Castlevania games. It was great.
So, all right. How many episodes is it, and how long are each episode?
The first season's 4. The second season is 8.
That's 12.
And
Okay.
they're 24 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
For anime length. So.
I don't know. You think we can fit this in before the end of October? What do you think, Jesse?
Whoo-wee. Damn, oh damn. I could see what I could do for sure. I'd be glad to try and participate.
What do we think about Thursday, October 18th?
I'll give it a shot. I mean, it's up to you guys. I'm down to give it a shot for sure.
Yeah, we can do that.
All right. You heard it here first. It's a Metal Hammer of Doom exclusive. Welcome to the schedule cast.
Yes, sir. Turns into that at least once every night.
So Castlevania, what is it? Was it 2 parts?
Yeah.
Seasons
1 and 2, basically.
All right, seasons 1 and 2. All right, man. Castlevania, just in time for Halloween, October 18th. You'll make me work on a Thursday. God damn. Coopster, are you going to be able to make it to this, or are you going to punk out and have to work like a pansy?
Yeah, it'll depend on my schedule. That'll be, let's see, that's the week after my weekend off. So usually I close for like the whole week. So we'll see.
We're doing it. We're doing it with or without you, man. I ain't got time for this nonsense.
Ain't got time for this Lowe's.
Ain't nobody got time for that shit.
That's right. God damn.
He's got a damn career.
All right. So
unbelievable.
Speaking of Castlevania, since you're the Castlevania master or some shit like that, why don't you talk about the song there, buddy?
I actually have not played a ton of Castlevania 3 because just like most of the Nintendo games, Castlevania 3 is a bitch. I actually spent most of my time focused on trying to beat the first one, and I used to be able to make it to the 3rd level before finally tapping out, or my teacher would notice I was playing it. Yeah, I was, in terms of Castlevania, I played a lot more of the...
Yep.
I don't know what you said there.
He's in the middle of saying something. I'm sure he'll come back in the middle of it.
Goodbye to you. Goodbye to you.
It happens all the time on the games podcast as well. He'd be talking, and we'd be like, well, let's wait.
There he is. He's gone.
10 minutes later, he comes
back.
Well, why don't you jump in here, Sean, and we'll catch the fucking... Patton Oswalt did a bit about a junkie who did a stand-up routine, but like he'd start into a bit and then he'd do a heroin nod off and then finish the bit later on. So yeah. That's kind of that's kind of Cooper without the heroin. It's just
and that's talent right there. You can do that without the heroin.
Yeah, he just starts into a fucking bit and then we lose the middle and then he comes back in and that's why the Golden Girls got canceled. Not enough sex. It's like, wait, what? So.
Yeah. I've also don't have a lot of history with Castlevania 3. I played the first one and then I kind of played the GBA and DS skins, which all 4 of them are really, really good, by the way, if you're a Castlevania fan. And of course Symphony of the Night for the PS1, which is the most well-known classic game. But this is great, and I really got to give it to him for the intricate string stuff towards
absolutely.
the beginning. That was fantastic.
Yeah, look, they're very talented. as far as my genuine interest in the song, I wasn't that into it until it really got rocking in the middle. But I guess if you have a connection to the game, that's more meaningful, and you can appreciate it more. It was a little lost on me.
It works as a good Halloween song to play.
It really does. It really does. Why I thought, you know what? I had zero fucking reason to watch this show because since I was never into Castlevania, never played it. But let me see. Let me see if these guys think it's worth doing this Halloween. All right, Jesse Starcher, what question are you going to ask that I won't know the answer to?
Has Coop made it back? You back, Coop?
I think he may have dropped off.
Damn it. All right, well then, we'll just, because he's the Castlevania king, and I certainly, he did say he didn't play this very much,
wait.
but...
Robert Cooper joined. Robert, are you there?
I don't know what the fuck happened.
Terrific.
You were in the middle of something, and we just completely lost you, so... do you want to finish your thought, or do you want me to go ahead and go with my question here?
Please just keep going.
Coop!
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
I think we're good. We'll just keep going.
All right.
Castlevania, whip, whip, whip. Yeah, there you go.
Castlevania 3. How many different endings are there to this game? A, 2, B, 3, or C, 4?
Oh, am I first?
Yes, you were first, sir.
I'm going to go with 3.
Okay. Mark Radulich, pick a number, 2, 3, or 4.
Yes.
Shit. Drive it into the ground, please.
Wait, hang on. Now that you've said that, hang on.
Oh, no.
Here we go. So, Sean, I don't know how much of our stuff you've listened to recently, but whenever I get to beating a joke into the ground, I play a horse dying.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Come here, horsey.
Horsey.
I'm going to copy off Rob's paper and say 3.
All right. Sean Garmer, what do you say, man?
I was also going to say 3.
All right. The correct answer is 4.
God fucking damn it.
4 different endings to Dracula's Curse, which one the player receives depends on the additional character they beat the game with, if any. Each ending will start with the line, Trevor made many sacrifices. The long fight is over, Dracula is dead, and all other spirits are asleep. So there you go. None of you get points. Next song.
Are you done talking?
Play it. Play it.
All right. So this next one is from Mega Man 10 or Mega Man X, however you like it. This is...
Oh, you poor thing.
This is Spock Mandrill. That opening bass line right there, I honestly thought this was Ball of Confusion. I was going to start singing.
Yeah,
Ball of Confusion. Now I want to go listen to that. But I like that one. I thought that, independently of whatever video game it's from, I actually thought it was a pretty rockin' song. What'd you think, Sean?
Yeah, it is Mega Man X officially, but that's actually that's the highway level. The first level you go in is that part that you hear there that Mark played. You don't actually hear Spark Mandrill until about 150 in the medley that they play of Mega Man X. So, and Spark Mandrill itself is a really good theme. So they do this very well, very great justice. And honestly, this is the version of the highway level one here now. when I'm playing that game, it's very well done.
Robert Cooper, is your internet working?
Song's metal as fuck.
Yeah, buddy.
And I've never played Mega Man X. It's X, not 10. There is a Mega Man 10, but it's not Mega Man X.
And
then there's like a Mega Man
Starts a
X
whole
7.
series. Of
I am
games that go all the
confused
way to
and
8.
disinterested.
Baby Darkside.
Syphilis is coming for the DC universe.
Oh, God.
Yes, sir.
Well, yeah, you got to ask your question.
Oh, yeah, I do. Mark Radlich, you're up first.
Fuck me running.
Let me tell you something. When we got to the Castlevania song, I realized I didn't have the answers wrote out for this one. So I had to quickly come up with a question and some answers. And I guarantee you, Sean and Cooper are going to appreciate this one. Mark Radlich will have no fucking clue as to what the hell's going on here. So here we go.
Watchmen.
V for Vendetta from Hell. An Easter egg in the Mega Man X game will allow you, A, to unlock the level to battle the Mighty Pooh, B,
What?
B, the ability to get Ryu from Street Fighter's Fireball technique, or C, to view the special Mega Man hot coffee cutscene.
Give her the Mega Buster, big boy.
I would like to go and say that video games are for nerds, and I'm above this sort of thing. Thank you very much.
Mark, I didn't even have to rig this contest, sir. You're going to lose fair and square, buddy.
Well, again, I didn't study for the test.
Which one you going to go with here? A, B, or C?
B.
B, to gain the ability to get the fireball technique from Street Fighter's Ryu. All right, Sean Garmer, what do you say?
Yeah, you can get the Hadouken from Ryu.
Very good. Coop, you agree?
Yep.
There it is. 1 point for everyone.
Woo!
Mark Radlich, good guess, buddy. Good guess.
Yes,
Anybody want to explain?
Yeah, I fucking knew that shit. That's what it was.
Coop, do you know much about the... Yeah, whatever. You know much about the hot coffee cutscene from GTA?
Yeah, I do. In fact, my cousin I think they're going to Metallica with me in a few weeks because it's their dad that's paying. He's kind of racist. Yeah, they were at Grandma's house when I was little.
Okay, that factors into the story, I assume.
Can you share some of his racist views with us? I'm dying to hear them.
Oh yeah, Mark's looking for new material.
I mean, it's pretty great. It's one story, but it was before we went to go see Slayer. And I'm sitting there flipping through his Netflix. I'm like, Uncle Jerry, why the hell are you watching Korean dramas? He goes, because there's no niggers.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, what? And he's like,
Gosh.
none of their politics, none of their bullshit. Just everybody gets along and it's happy. None of this drama. And I'm like, holy fuck, that is not what I expected. All right.
Wow.
You do you, boo-boo.
Gosh.
I was just like, man, I was just going to give you some shit. I didn't expect you to go on a straight tirade about it.
Not get out of the room quicker.
Hey, why are you watching Korean dramas? Let me tell you what I think of black people. All right.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, shit. Well, it's a good thing he pays for all this, or else I wouldn't hang out with him. Yeah.
So hot coffee?
So,
yeah.
have we lost Sean entirely? Sean be like, you know what? Fuck these guys.
They just want to fry him out.
No, I had somebody come
So
in.
from black guys to black guys. So with the hot coffee.
It's a black guy.
Coffee,
It's a black guy human centipede. What are we talking about here?
Oh God.
God.
No, it was just what was they were trying to put in a sex mini game with like the girlfriends that you get in the game, so that when you finally get invited in, she's gonna invite you in for some hot coffee and y'all do the dirty, except it's actually like they're still wearing their clothes, and but you get to dictate the sexual position that you're going to be doing it in. And they removed that from the game, but they didn't remove it from the game.
That's
it was
right.
still in the code.
Yeah.
So when some hackers got a hold of it, they were like, "Here's the patch." So they released the patch, and then my cousins were sitting there playing it on my grandma's TV in the living room.
In her box.
Oh, are you kidding? Are
They were
you
playing it
kidding
in her
me?
box.
They were playing
I
on
wonder if they played it.
They were playing on Grandma's box.
I don't. Yeah, I wonder if this was the time when they found the condoms in the basement and blew them up like balloons and left them around the house hanging.
Oh my gosh.
Moving on.
Come on,
And the stupidest part is that it's all pixelated and terrible looking, so people freaked out about
it was on the
really
PlayStation
stupid
2.
shit.
Yeah, you're right. It wasn't. You couldn't hardly tell, but I mean, my goodness, I remember when that story broke about that particular thing happening in that. It's Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Mark, did you ever play any of the Grand Theft Auto games?
I may have played the first one.
Okay, the top-down one, or are you talking about Grand Theft Auto 3 for the PlayStation 2?
Yes.
Moving on.
Yeah, we knew he was going there.
Yeah.
People at home taking odds. He's either going to say Watchmen or yes. Here we go. Always been on black. All right. This next one is called
Uncle doesn't.
Jehovah, Genova, Jenova, Mickey This is from Final Fantasy VII, and here we go. What's the scenario? Alrighty, that one also had a very cinematic quality to it, which makes sense because Final Fantasy VII was pretty cinematic in all of its glory. Robert Cooper, tell us half a story.
All right, before or after my internet shit's the bed?
Preferably before.
During.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Okay, so I do remember hearing this track a few times when playing during it. Look at you, clever son of a bitch. Yeah, like I do remember this here and there when I played a little bit of Final Fantasy VII, before I went back and had to restart it because I forgot where I was. But yeah, just still, this idiot. It's just me playing it for hours on end and then ended up being late to something because that's what I was doing instead of getting ready.
I'm going to ask my question before we head over to Sean here, okay? Because I have a feeling that Sean's possibly going to talk about his experience with the game and where that track falls. So here we go, all right? This song, Sean, this question, you're going first. What is Genova? A, the name of the ship the players fly in, or in Final Fantasy VII. B, a calamity that fell from the sky a long, long time ago and tried to destroy the planet. Or C, the town Cloud starts his adventure in.
Or D, the people that come to your house We'll talk to
The
you about
Jehovah's Witnesses.
talk to you about the
You know, I have a story about that.
talking to you about the Jesus.
Which one you want to go with there, Sean?
It's B, the Calamity.
All right. Coop, you agree?
You know, my dad once invited a Jehovah's Witness into the house just so he can argue with him for 2 hours.
Dude, my dad was big into that. Like like every Sunday, the Jehovah Witnesses came to our house. My dad would sit and talk to them for like 2 hours. He's like, "You're never going to convince me of anything. I'm an atheist, but I'm happy to discuss the Bible with you."
Oh, my dad was just like, "Let me tell you why my Jesus is better than your Jesus." He's Baptist.
You guys just pulled out your Jesuses and had a contest to see who was bigger.
I mean, but you know what? The sad thing is that he didn't go to the other side of town where they had Black Jesus, which funny story. So the guy I'm moving in with, I was helping him. We were looking in the attic.
Wait, you're moving out of your mom's house?
As far as I'm aware.
Wow.
When did this happen?
Yeah, that's big steps, man.
Dude, I would have done the entire podcast on you moving out of your mom's fucking basement.
Well, I mean, she doesn't have a basement, and I haven't moved yet because I'm trying to pay my medical bills off before I move. But
oh, that's right. You had your leg amputated or some shit. Now you have like a robot leg.
Pretty much. It came with a pretty sweet upgrade though. It means I can actually run instead of skip.
Is it a leg or an electronic peg? I don't remember anymore.
Gentlemen, we can rebuild this man.
I actually just put a stent in my leg. But
how much pirate are you? Just answer me that question. Like, ratio out for me, human, pirate, robot. Go.
Your procedure is done. Here's your complimentary eye patch.
At what point are you buying a parrot?
Well, funny thing, I got cat number 12.
Oh, my gosh.
So...
Wow,
yeah.
are you gonna take all those with you?
Are you taking all the cats with you to make sure you never get laid?
No, I have a personality to ensure that. No, my folks have denied me my request to take any of the cats.
Oh, good.
But, yeah, this one I found behind Lowe's, and then I chased her for 30 minutes before buying a $1.
Why are you chasing feral cats, you maniac?
What? Okay.
Dude, I chased every feral cat. She's a baby. She was like not even 2 months old. And she didn't even hiss at me. She just meowed the whole time. So I went and got some dollar ham, and she moved from the underbrush that went all the way back for fucking...
You know you can't bang the cat, right? I feel like I need to tell you that you can't bang the alley cats, or any cat for that matter, but especially the alley cats.
Yeah, me and Pussy, we just don't really get along.
Didn't you know everybody wants to be a cat?
Yeah. But yeah, so
everybody wants to be a cat.
She moved from the underbrush to the well manicured holly bushes that we have at the store. So I'm like, all right, cool. Caught her in 2 minutes. And then what happened last time that I got a cat was I left it in the bathroom, and my mom went to use the bathroom, turns around and just hears, "Meh." She's like, my fucking sleeve ring.
Was that cat there, or did I shit a cat? I don't know.
This time, I meant to stay up to let her know there was a kitten in there before she opened the door. I fell asleep. The history repeats itself. She opens the door and just hears, "Meh."
So when are you moving out and being an adult? When is this happening?
Next month, if I can get the fucking thing paid off. Because right now, over $1,000 of my paycheck goes to bills between my car and my medical.
So, like, are you living with? Obviously, you're living with other. Obviously, you're living with other people because you work at Lowe's and don't make any money. So, like, who are you living with? So, who are you living with? Like, what? Like, are you?
I'll be living with the guy that was working at Lowe's and quit within 2 months because he couldn't handle it.
This seems like a good life choice.
Working at Lowe's.
This is starting off well. Good.
He went from being in the military for 10 years to being a manager at Lowe's. That's a big change.
Okay.
So he's living off his VA benefits.
He told me how much he makes. He makes like a lot more doing that than he even did working at Lowe's. So.
Sure.
Which he made to me, which made me feel great. Yeah,
How old is this dude?
30.
Okay.
30.
Okay.
But so here's the thing. It's a sweet deal. So I get to pay $300 a month plus a third of the utilities, and I get the entire top floor to myself. 3 bedrooms.
Hey.
Half the living room. So not
Yeah,
bad.
good luck. Good. Congratulations. I'm glad you're finally moving out of your mom's house after like 80 years.
Yeah, so now the cats have rooms to sleep in.
They have in fact.
Like the cats are going to take over that house. He's going to come home one day and his mom's going to be like tied to a chair, and the cats are going to be like smoking cigars, twirling their mustaches.
We run this bitch now.
Who run this bitch? Meow, run this bitch.
Ow, bitch.
Did you get that, Sean? I said meow, run this bitch. And that's funny, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
It's
All
like
right.
he's got to make sure the bad joke was heard. Okay.
Oh, don't worry, I did the same joke because nothing's better than repeating the same shit joke twice.
That's right. Jokes are only funnier when they're explained and repeated ad nauseum. Okay, moving right along.
Wait, now, Coop, pick the choice here. Okay, we got a game to play.
Are we still doing this?
Dude, we got 2 more to go,
Nobody
too.
let Sean talk, you assholes.
Genova was it the name of the ship the players fly in? A calamity that fell from the sky a long time ago, or the town Cloud starts in his adventure in?
I will take Genova for 600.
Okay, that's kind of what the fuck.
Yes.
It's me, goddammit.
All right, Mark Radulich.
I already gave an answer.
No, you didn't.
Oh.
Sorry, you're not getting out of this one.
Let's go with B.
All right, everybody gets a point. Congratulations. Now we can move on.
All righty.
Genova is also Sephiroth's mother. But,
That is right. That is right. I almost put that in there when I was looking at the wiki. I was like, because it went on and on and on. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to go with the first sentence.
so the ship they go in is called the High Wind, and the town he starts in is called Nibelheim. Just to answer your trivia question.
Very good.
But, yeah, I mean, like, I like the fact that they actually added in the little keys part at the beginning to keep that in, even though you're not doing that part with the guitar. And that they did a lot of that stuff with the guitar to be able to match the other instruments again, just like the other song. And this one plays anytime you have to deal with Genova in the game, and it puts you really tense because she's rather difficult, and then usually Sephiroth comes right after to kick your ass. So, it was really awesome when you heard this music. You know shit's going to go down.
Yeah, I remember... I've shared this story. I don't know if it was on here or was another podcast, but I know Mark was on there. But I was playing this game while I was in college. Actually, I wasn't playing it. I was watching my buddy Dave play it. You know, he had the PlayStation. He bought this game, brand new. So he was going right through and just, I mean, it was night after night. Classes ended. I was over in his dorm room watching him play this. And I remember the final boss. Shut up. It was the final boss. And is that who this is? Because it's been a long time since I've played it. But it's like just this scaling huge monstrosity that you continue to work up. Mm-hmm. Okay, all right, yeah. I remember that very clearly, and it was frightening and such this game was one of the best things I'd ever seen at that time. I mean, and it really. I played Final Fantasy 3 or whatever whatever it is the Japanese numbering is. I can't remember, but Final Fantasy 3. Thank you. I played that was my first ever role playing game that I really, really loved for the Super Nintendo. And watching him play Final Fantasy 7, wow! I never played it myself, but I remember all the moments, and it was impactful. So,
what was your second favorite role playing game? Don't Wake Daddy.
Rabble. All right.
Go to the next
Groan.
So, Sean,
it's
what
better
was
than call me. It's better than call me Daddy.
That's true.
Don't call me Daddy. I'm just imagining.
Tune in to tomorrow's Screaming Boy podcast when we talk about Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
Does that
well,
fit?
you don't call him anything because you're not awake.
Wow.
Don't call me Mr. Sandman. I'm just waiting for like one of Sean's friends from WTM to be like, hey Sean, how was it on Mark's podcast? Oh boy. I know it was only a podcast, but I took a shower when we were done.
Let me tell you why I'm not sharing it on the network.
We're revisiting this contract.
Come on, though.
All right, this next one is a medley. It's called Chrono Trigger.
Bravo?
Chrono?
What the fuck?
Wait till the song's over.
All right. That's about all I can think of that. So, I guess I pronounced that wrong. It's not chrono, it's chrono. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can cross the pronunciation bridge together. If you want to call it that, I'll let you go ahead and do it. With your hands.
Okay.
Chrono Trigger.
All right, Sean, what did you think of Chrono Trigger?
Oh, here we fucking go.
How dare you? No, this is my favorite game of all time. So this music is stuck in my head. It's one of the most legendary Japanese composers that there is. Yasunori Matsuda. He also makes another legendary soundtrack that's for Xenoblade Chronicles as well, for all those games. But like seriously, there's tracks in this medley. This is a 10-minute medley because there's people that have been waiting for them to do a medley of Chrono Trigger for the entire existence of this band. And there's songs from that game that are not on here that you could make a whole nother 10 or 20 minutes to include them, namely Robo's theme, which is fantastic. But and you didn't even get to like the Frogs theme, which is like way later in the medley, which is one of the best pieces of music period in games. But like, no, honestly, they did this wonderful justice. I love the fact that they go through. It's seamless. There's not a lot, there's pauses, but it feels like it should be all connected. Yeah. And that's what makes this really work very well. Is you go from the slow parts that are parts of like being a part of the world map or parts of other like dungeons that are slower paced to like Chrono's theme, which is one of the more higher pitched parts or higher paced parts of the whole soundtrack. This is a beautiful soundtrack that you could go listen to on its own and enjoy. And I love the fact that this exists now, so I can rock out while I'm listening to Chrono Trigger.
All right. Well
also, the game is fantastic.
Oh yes,
it is one of the best RPGs ever made. It includes time travel. It has multiple. I'm not going to include the number of different endings in case that's Jesse's question. And
almost.
And yeah, I mean, like, it's on the Super Nintendo. You can play it on the DS. It better be on the Switch at some point before the Switch goes away. Like, if you're not going to include it on the freaking SNES Classic, which is a total robbery, it better be on the Switch at some point.
Wait, I need you to tell me about like the Switch going away because I'm trying to get a Switch for my son for Christmas. But if it's just going to be a dead brand within a year or two,
it definitely. I think until the PS5 and Xbox, whatever the hell they're going to call it, come out in 2020.
720.
It'll probably last till then. I'm sure they'll do some kind of Switch 2 or something. But it might still play Switch games, so I think you're good buying it for Christmas, and there's plenty of games for him to enjoy. And there's like literally, they put mobile games, indie games on that thing. There's literally like 20 games that come out every week, so you will not run out of stuff to play.
Well, I don't think I'm going to be playing much of it, but it's what my children are getting from Santa this year, so I just wanted to make sure. Like, oh wait, what have you heard?
They play together almost everything, so
that's cool.
There's that.
I didn't be like, oh, Nintendo was like discontinuing the Switch this year. I'm like, oh my god, not again.
My daughter is so excited for the Let's Go Pikachu game coming out next month. She's like waiting because I can grab one controller, she can grab the other one, and we can both play Pokemon, and that's awesome.
Are you taking her? Are you going to take her to go see Detective Pokemon next May?
I may. She's definitely a Pikachu fan, so she will be.
Should have gotten Danny DeVito to play Detective Pikachu.
Yeah, that's. I don't understand how they didn't go for that, but it is what it is. Go with a more relevant name right now, in Rob Reynolds. That makes sense. It's. I will say I'm just happy that she enjoyed My Neighbor Totoro, so now I can get her to watch the rest of the Ghibli Fest films. So
I don't feel like you're using real words.
You don't know what that movie is?
I don't know what a Ghibli Fest is. Are you referring?
Lots of gravy.
Are you referring to the girl in Fuller House, Kimmy Ghibli?
Oh fuck! Can we not?
Waka waka.
You know how cultured Mark Radlich is? Can you tell?
Yeah.
All right, so tell me about the Ghibli Festival.
Oh, you want to know about that? It's not really a festival. It's there's so many Ghibli movies that exist that they can actually make them into a whole like summer-long, fall-long
Let's try this
thing
again.
Where you can go to movies every month and
what
watch
is a Ghibli?
It's an animation studio from Japan.
It's an animation studio in Japan that's basically like the Japanese Disney. In fact, Disney is in charge of distributing the movies here in America and in the West. And they actually, like, you hear them in English, it's actually by popular actors that do the voices. So you'll know who they are if you go Up
Is
the
this like what's the anime they just got re-released in theaters again? Like
so like
Spirited
Away.
Yeah,
Princess
okay.
Mononoke,
Yeah.
all those are Ghibli films.
I'm
Castle in the
cultured. I know
Sky.
Spirited Away.
Congratulations.
It's like saying I'm cultured. I know a Japanese person. All right. Did you want to talk about Christ Trigger there, Robert?
Is this thing on?
Yeah. Yes, sir. You can talk now.
Oh, sorry, I'm summoning Stephen Randall right now.
Whoa,
Oh my God.
Whoa, hanging tough.
Yeah, I got to summon Randall for this. He was the dude that was on the Video Games podcast, and I sent him a Super Famicom copy of Chrono Trigger for Christmas, and didn't tell him what was coming. So he opened it, he's like, "Oh, this is going to go great on that fucking Super Famicom I just have lying around." I was like,
Did you say Super?
got-
What is a Super Famicom?
It's
the Japanese version.
The Japanese Super DS.
Yeah.
I feel like you guys are just making up words now.
I wish they were, so you were just literally confused at nonsense.
I've
It would
never
be the
felt-
greatest thing ever.
I do.
Yeah.
I do so many podcasts, and I feel like I'm like on the edge of entertainment and what's going on in the culture. I've never felt so old doing this
They
one as I
should've
do right
put up-
now.
These
Well,
games are from the freaking 90s. We're
Yeah.
not that old.
I just Mark, remember the Virtual Boy.
You millennials and your video games. I don't know what's going on here. Back in my day, we had Pitfall too.
No, but let's not get Robert on the Virtual Boy. We'll be here a while.
Okay. All right, let's get to our last prop.
I've played it. Well, I played like 20 hours of it, and I've not picked it up since. So someday, yeah, I mean, I loved it. It was like really heart wrenching and fantastic.
Someday,
Just like,
when
I'm gonna do
you're
something.
all alone and the world is young. All right. Do
No,
you
you can't go to the next track. I've got a question.
fuck me running. Go.
Here we go. All right, Chrono Trigger. What was, Coop, you're up here, buddy. What was the name of the PlayStation sequel to this game released in 1999? A, Chrono's Twin, B, Chrono Cross, or C, Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey?
I see what
Wow.
you did there, Scooter. See, you should have went with Chrono Trigger Crimson Echoes because they had that 99% done, and they got a cease and desist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Chrono Trigger 2 just to fuck with Mark.
yeah.
That would have been brilliant. Damn it.
Or Chrono Trigger 64.
There
It's
should have been
it-
one.
There should have been. There should have been a lot of things on the Nintendo 64, but the choice to make things in a cartridge.
Can I just
was
go
a
ahead
big-
and make my guess right now?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
WCW Mayhem.
Oh, God!
Oh, I thought you were going to go with WCW Monday Nitro.
Nope.
Or Backstage Assault.
Yes. Nope. Going with Mayhem.
Well, that's 0 for Mark. All right.
Shit. Hey, so does he get negative points for that?
Yeah, I think so, actually. Negative. Not on the board.
He's already.
All right.
But it's Chrono Cross.
All right. And Garmer, do you agree? All right. Here we go. 1 point. I'll tell you right now, Garmer is winning 9-8. Mark Rattledge sitting back there with 5 points. So, yeehaw.
It was
Got a chance to tie it here, Coop, but I don't know. I don't know if I made this last question too hard. I may make it really tough. So I'm ready whenever you are, Mark. Proceed to the next song.
All right. Our last song proper of the night. This is Ninja Gaiden. Alrighty. Sean Garmer, take me home.
Well, this is a medley as well. So you get various parts of the soundtrack from the NES games. The best part is towards the end with the ending theme, which is iconic. If you played that game, it brings back a lot of memories. This also is a trilogy from the NES. These games are freaking hard. And then, of course, Coop talked about the ones that come later. But, yeah, this is another one of those that had, like, really good soundtracks, and they do this very well. I love the guitar parts with the, like, kind of almost like a Latin sort of tinge to them. They did it really well there, too.
Coop.
So I've never played the original Ninja Gaiden. I've watched the Angry Video Game Nerd play it. That was hilarious.
Some great stuff.
The funny thing, on the Xbox version of Ninja Gaiden Black, which is amazing, they have like an arcade machine. Now, apparently on the PS2 version, you could play the original Ninja Gaiden, but no, on the Xbox One, they only give you the arcade one, which isn't the same, so it's disappointing. But, I mean, Ninja Gaiden's fucking awesome. I love the music. I actually own the second one for the Xbox 360 and have never played it because I think I own like 200 games and have finished literally 20 because I've played Knights of the Old Republic like 6 times all the way through.
All right, Jesse, ask your question.
Oh, Mark Radulich. He's winding down. I can tell right now. Here we go.
It's past his bedtime, and I'm going to go eat some ice cream right after this.
All right. Okay, so here it is. I'm going to read you guys the question, give you the opportunity to choose which one it is, and for extra points. The wrong answers, you're going to tell me where they came from, okay? All right. Here we go. So, Mark, we get to start with you.
Please start with Mark.
Mark Radulich.
He might win. He could win.
Mark Radulich. What was the name of the ninja featured in Ninja Gaiden?
Oh.
A. Ryu Hayabusa. B. Fighter Hayabusa. Or C. Michael Dudikoff.
What the fuck is a Michael Dudikoff? You're watching from hell. Mark.
B, whatever B is.
B, Fighter Hayabusa. All right, Sean Garmer, you're next. A, Ryu Hayabusa. I'm sure I'm pronouncing this incorrectly. Fighter Hayabusa. Or C, Michael Dudikoff.
It's A, Ryu Hayabusa.
All right. Coop, do you agree, or what do you want to say here?
I mean, it's definitely Ryu Hayabusa. When do we get to name the games?
All right, here we go. So, now I didn't say they were from games, because I threw a trick one in there that wasn't exactly from a game. So I will. We're just going to split this up. All right, Sean Garmer, Fighter Hayabusa.
Oh my god, I can't remember where he's from. His name is familiar. Shit. I'm gonna say Virtua Fighter or something.
Virtua Fighter. Okay. All right. How about this? I'll even give you a little bit of assistance here. Maybe. I can't remember what his... Oh, shit. Well, if I remember correctly, this man was able... One of his special moves was a pile driver.
Fuck. I can't. I know.
All right, Coop. Do you want to try and steal that from him?
Fuck. Oh man, Fighter Hayabusa. Damn. Saturday Night Slam Masters.
Oh my goodness, so close. As a matter of fact,
and Michael Dudikoff or whatever, was he from NBA Live 1999?
We'll get there in just a second.
What the fuck? Wow, what a
yeah, that was a random way. Okay, so Fighter Hayabusa appeared in the 1986 Nintendo game Black Box Edition pro wrestling.
Oh.
All right. Okay, now, Michael Dudikoff, Sean Garmer.
No idea.
All right. Robert Cooper, you obviously have no idea. It's
Well,
not
well, no,
NBA Live 95.
No, okay, so he came from the movie version of Double Dragon.
So close. He was the main actor in American Ninja, the movie. So not really a video game tie-in, but it was a movie tie-in there. So there you go. So final score. Mark Radulich, 5. Coop, you got 9. And Sean Garmer, tonight's champion, 10 points. Thanks for playing, boys. That was a lot of fun.
Alrighty. I guess Sean wanted to hear the acoustic medley. I think after that we're going to call it a night before I fucking pass out. So, here we go. This is the acoustic medley.
Yep, from.
All right. So, Sean, did you recognize any of that?
Yep, there's Power Rangers in there. You hear the Mario 2 part that they played in the Mario 2 medley earlier. Zelda 2 plays at the end that you did not play, which is also a really great piece of music too. So, yeah, and there's Punch Out in there.
Oh, awesome. I almost went to sleep. Coop?
Struggles past 9:30.
Yeah.
I'm usually in bed at this point.
It's almost 9:30 Pacific time.
Terrific.
But yeah, I actually hadn't listened to this track, so I didn't know if we'd do it. And then I was just, so you heard me say, like, is that Power Rangers? And John goes, yes, that is. That excites me greatly, because as you know, nothing excites me more than Power Rangers, because I buy the $40 action figures, because I'm an adult.
All right, folks. First, I want to thank Sean Garmer for making the poor choice to be on this podcast tonight.
Virgin ears.
I don't know where you're making or how you're making your life decisions, sir, but somehow you decided to be on our podcast, and we are sorry.
It's totally okay. I got to have fun and talk about video games through music, which is always a good thing. So
well, we appreciated you being on Classing Up the Joint. And you can, and if you like Sean's classy persuasions on things, you can find him on the WTM network. Sean, what are some of the podcasts you're a part of?
Video games to the max, football to the max, soccer to the max. The wrestling one is kind of on hiatus because I'm sort of on a not watching that wrestling.
What happened
right
to the
now.
other two guys?
Paul is an adult, and he left a while ago when he finally got a big adult job working for Texas Instruments. So he
Got to make them calculators.
he got busy, and then Gary's had twins. So
he got busier.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, he
say
got
no more.
busier. So he has three
So
kids now, and honestly, Gary would be doing it if it wasn't because I'm having my thing where I don't. It's hard for me to even care about wrestling news right now because it's not an interest. So that's what happens when WWE goes way down the toilet. But
Well,
that's
I mean,
a story for another day.
he could be like Kellen Winslow and sit on the bench.
Oh man,
Is that a Browns? Is that a Browns joke?
No,
He
it's
was part of the Jets when that happened. So
Okay,
No.
all right.
no, it's a reference to the time where he got caught masturbating in his car.
yeah.
And when the cop walked up and he's like, "What you doing?" He's just like, "I'm looking for the Boston market."
Yeah. So when Coop was on the Games podcast, that was a total running joke. Was
Oh,
when is
boy.
Coop going to mention Kellen Winslow? And it
Yeah.
happened every podcast.
Wow.
I've been dropping references to that podcast this whole show.
Yeah.
It's been a
Oh,
while.
I miss Coop. We went way off topic all the time, but it
Oh,
was
not a surprise.
I've definitely reined it in a little bit.
All right, speaking of reining it in, Coop, go ahead and do your thing.
There's this podcast, I'm on it. Sean already plugged his shit. Kevin's podcast isn't even the same anymore, so I'd plug it. And the Sentai Rider podcast I haven't done in 4 years, so maybe it's time to re-elect it. That's it. Go watch some New Japan, because that's what I'm gonna go do after this. I'm gonna go eat raspberry chocolate ice cream and watch New Japan.
Sounds
I want to die alone.
sounds delectable. All right, folks, it's October. It's Halloween month, all month long, like a girl's birthday, here on the Rattlevision Broadcasting Network. This week, we did Dracula's Gauntlet with Justin Thomas on the Source Material podcast. Jesse Starcher and I discussed Ozark Season 2. Tomorrow night, the Screaming Boy podcast does an exclusive here on the Rattlevision Broadcasting Network. Get out your pudding, Pops. We're going to talk Bill Cosby. Next week, it's Venom Week all week long. We are Venom and Groot. We're going to do Venom Lethal Protector on Source Material. Then Jason Teasley, who has been adopted by the WTM family, is going to come back to where it all started for him here on the Rattlevision Broadcasting Network. He'll be on Damn You Hollywood to discuss symbiosis, or symbiotes. I don't know.
Oh, boy.
However you like it.
Pronunciation rich.
And then Covers Month continues all month long on the Rattlevision Broadcasting Network. The Metal Hammer of Doom brings you the best cover album this year, in my opinion, Mystic Prophecies, Monuments Uncovered. Hot stuff, baby. I'm going to give you hot stuff tonight. Did you enjoy my hot stuff tonight, Sean Garmer?
What?
I don't know how I'm supposed to answer that.
Well, I mean,
Honestly,
you know what?
I might have enjoyed it very well.
Don't.
they answer with their mouth open, didn't they?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
The following week, it's a living.
Why are you fucking the poor pterodactyl that plays records?
Source Material, we're going to do a couple of old Legends of the Dark Knight comics that became an entire trade paperback called Batman Haunted Knight, just in time for Halloween. A year ago, we started on this journey. We're going to continue it this year. It's TV Party Tonight, Hannibal, Season 2, myself and Robert Rimfreet talking about the life and times of one Hannibal Lecter. Metal Hammer of Doom continues with covers, Devil Driver, Outlaws Till the End. And then just announced right here on our shoe, we're going to have Sean Garmer back, possibly Robert Cooper, definitely Jesse Starcher. We're going to turn on the old Netflix and do a TV party tonight for Castlevania Seasons 1 and 2. I don't know what a Castlevania is, but I hear it's pretty good.
Oh, jeez.
Um,
You know what a pitfall is? Oh, okay. All right, good.
Yeah. Well, that's because it was released during, at least before the Reagan administration, so he knows that.
Speaking of Reagan, on source material, we'll be doing Daredevil, Born Again. On Damn You Hollywood, we'll be looking at the new Hollywood Halloween movie, which is technically Halloween 2 in continuity. Halloween 2 from 1981, no longer continuity. A little more on that in just a moment. We're gonna burn the priest on the Metal Hammer of Doom. We're gonna look at Legion XX, their new covers album, and then finally Daredevil season 3 TV party tonight. And we end the month of October 2018 with source material Halloween Night Dance, On Trial Halloween 2 from 1981, no longer in continuity. We're gonna check out our friends from Idly called Trick or Treat. In there, that's Idly, folks. Idly in the old Europe. Their album Reanimated. And then finally, Justin Thomas pitched me an idea. He says, hey, it's the anniversary of the War of the Worlds broadcast. Why don't we do a commentary for Space Invaders? So we're going to do that right here on November 1st. And that's all the news that's fit to print here in the Rattlegion Broadcasting Network. Jesse Starcher, the master of ceremonies, take me home.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me first tell you that Fighter Hayabusa especially was the back brain kick. My apologies. Okay? Now.
None of those are real words.
Moving on to more important things. Go give the Rattlegion Broadcasting Network Facebook page a like to stay up on top of all the great podcasts that we have to offer. There's plenty there for you to enjoy. You can find us on all sorts of great platforms, such as our new home on Spotify, our actual home on Spreaker. We also are on iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, and just about darn near anything else you could find. Just type in RADULICH. Give that a search, give it a like, give it a rating, do all that fun stuff. And we would love to hear from you. Drop us a line there at some point. Twitter, Facebook, whatever. Just find us somewhere. Let us know you listen. And all that being said, let's get the hell out of here, Mark Rattlich.
All right. For Sean Garmer, thank you once again for being on. For Robert Cooper, the Metal Coop. And for Jesse Starcher, the Disapproving Dad, I'm your mandated reporter, and frankly, I'm very tired.
I'm your Monster Man.
Would you love a Monster Man? Be well, be safe, and for the love of God, behave.